What?
Hand me the book. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Rosie's reaching something for me. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great Thursday. I finally got my days of the week together.
Yay.
Yay, because my days of the week. What you need? That's my patch. Don't tell me about it. No, it's not. That's my patch. So good morning. Welcome to the Phyllis Morning Show. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell.
She is good.
The only live past crazy Spencer. So what better place to be than here with me? Yeah, I am a little congested. So is that all right? All right. Just want to make sure you guys can. The car edition. And she said, "Good morning, Rosie."
Good morning, Miss Margaret.
Rosie made me a smoothie, but she seems to be drinking all of it.
You can't taste it.
I know I can't taste it. So Rosie wanted to go for a walk. I was supposed to call Margaret. I asked Margaret, could I call her? She was like, yeah, and then I didn't call at all.
I'm sorry. No.
She was like, it's okay because you trumped her. And then she fell out laughing like that was really funny to Margaret yesterday. So I forgot to call. Good morning, and how do you do? I'd like to introduce myself to you. My name is JoJo.
Yeah.
I love that. I used to sing that to my people that came through McDonald's. I used to sing that to them in the morning, especially my favorite few. Can you not drink all the juice?
It's not juice.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know it's your juice, but I'm looking for a quote that I saw, and now I can't find it.
Why don't you just come up with a quote?
Well, I think I'm going to use this one, even though it's not, but well, anyway, I hope everybody's having a great and amazing Thursday and ready to get this day started. Oh, look. Jesus works things out. My topic for today.
That's why I just said I was going to say use that because it
just tied into what I flipped to in this book.
I look pretty good.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you look good, Rosemont. If y'all don't know, are you feeling amazing today?
So great.
She's feeling amazing.
I'm wearing 2 different states.
You got Texas?
I got a Texas shirt and a Florida jacket.
That's okay. 2 places at one time.
Right.
She said she want a Rosie for a few days to make her feel better. Rosie will be your personal cheerleader. Like, I'm
good at it.
She's really good at that. So I don't even want to give my thought of the day yet. I want to read this first. I was looking for this quote and I found a different one, and it just happens to correlate with the topic for the day. It says, be courageous, not silent, inspiring action and opportunity. And here's the quote. I changed myself, I changed the world, by Gloria Anzaldua. How you pronounce that? Anzaldua.
Well, it's you with the
accent. So the title for this chapter was Be Courageous, Not Silent, Inspiring Action and Opportunity. I changed myself, I changed the world, which was it is all in my topic for the day. So the Phyllis thought for the day, I need some lotion. We talk about all the time how I am the only live past crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me. But also, y'all, this month is my 4-year anniversary. This week, actually, yes, Margaret, this week actually makes 4 years that
I was thinking about something else.
Since I wrote my book, and then that was book 1. Book 2 was Transition to Freedom. And that is an important part of what I do. Not only am I the only Live Past Crazy specialist, I'm also the person who's going to help you transition to freedom. Because You can live past crazy, but eventually we're going to have to, can I get some lotion? We're going to have to transition into freedom. We're going to have to let all the crazy go, and all the things that go along with it, and transition into freedom. And that's freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom to be, freedom to, huh?
Sorry.
You okay?
I was just saying, I was like, the Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights, yeah. Transition to freedom. So here's the thing. A lot of people say, you got to be careful because it may squirt out. Well, what is the one thing, and when you are going through crazy, the one thing that you're often, and not often, but always going to be looking for is this grandiose thing, right? We will, Miss Margaret, and I believe Margaret's going to be my purpose partner to help me do that. Her and Miss Valerie. And here's the thing with living past crazy. When you're in crazy, we are always looking for a grandiose event or idea. One thing that we can do that's going to make it stop immediately. Now, I'll tell you, there's 5 things you got to do. The 5 foundational keys you got to have to live past crazy. And all of that is true. However, it is the accumulation of the little things that add up to the transition. So right now, if you've decided you don't want to live in crazy anymore, this is not where you want to be. You are now leaving Crazyville and you are transitioning to freedom. You're in that little spot that I like to say, that's the place where battles are won. That's where you got to be dedicated and not motivated. That's where you got to be committed and not interested. It is in that transition period. And it is there that it's going to be an accumulation of all the little things that's going to make the big difference. Now, when I look back on it, it's a process. When I look back on it, when I was going through it, I was like, none of this is working. It doesn't make sense. But the more you get a thought, the more you act on something, then it picks up momentum, and then you add something else to it. And the next thing you know, you have a series of things, of actions, or things that are working for you. So after we leave crazy, we've got to transition into freedom. And it's the accumulation of all the little things that's going to make a big difference, right? And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with the little steps that you take, knowing the little steps that you take are going to lead to big results. Like when me and Rosie have developed a love for boxing, right, Rosie? When me and Rosie first started boxing,
Hated it.
It was hard as hell, right, Rosemont?
It was so
I mean,
hard.
to get your feet planted. Let's write this down because this sounds like it might be good. To get your feet planted, number 1, was the foundation. Like, I can't throw my first punch without getting my feet planted. I can't. And then I have to understand why I'm standing that way. And then I have to put my arms up and to know the fundamentals to always protect my face. And then I'm able to throw my first punch. And until I understand the foundation, how I'm going to stand, how I'm supposed to stand, how I'm supposed to protect myself, then I can make the next move. But without the foundation, y'all, that's kind of good. Isn't that kind of good? I'm getting this as we talking. Praise the Lord. A to the men. And so when me and Rosie first started boxing, it was hard. We were in the crazy of it. We seen everybody else hitting the bag. We wanted to hit the bag like that. But it took us lifting weights. It took the squats. It took running the 2 miles. It took the trainings and the ropes and the weight. It took all of that, even though we couldn't see it.
Squats, the ropes.
Right. And we didn't see that at the time because we were in the middle of crazy, because all we knew was the concept. But then when we got to, we're transitioning into it, then it's the small things that begin to make sense. They start adding up that give you the bigger picture. So now when me and Rosie go boxing and they say 1, 2, duck, 4, our foundation is set. So we know that which way our feet are going to go. We know how to protect ourselves and we know how to land that punch. But in the beginning, it was crazy. So think about your process as you begin to live past crazy, or if you're trying to lose weight. Nobody says it's ever going to be easy, but the end result, again, you got to be disciplined to see what you want. The end result is this is the outcome that you want. And when you decide that you're going to live past crazy, you are now in that transition period to make that happen. And I had Rosie write this. Courage, because it's going to take courage to do all of this. It's going to take courage. Your first step is deciding that you're mad enough that you don't want to continue like you want to do. The second is that transition of freedom. And right there, that I say all the time, that's the place where battles are won. You've got to have the courage to continue to do what you want to do. Courage is simply standing up against outside pressures. Courage is standing up against the ones that you love, unfortunately, sometimes not agreeing with you on the course of action for your own life. Courage is saying to mama, Ma, I know you don't understand what I'm about to do, and it's okay, but I've got to do this. That's courage. It is hard sometimes to have courage, to stand up in the face of everything that you're like, I already got crazy going on. So you mean to tell me I'm going to have to deal with outside pressures too? Yeah. At that point, you're going to have to put your big girl panties on, your big boy pants on, and handle your business. Because right here in this transition of freedom, this is where you're being the truest part of yourself. And it's hard to have. Let's do confessions and conversations. So I couldn't have that conversation with my mama. Y'all know my mama. Please. I was not having that conversation with my mama. But there came a point where I could not have that conversation with her. And I had to have the courage to say to my friends and my family, more importantly, my family, and then those friends who have been your friends for your whole life, and all of a sudden you're changing who they know you to be something else. It's hard for them to accept that you're changing. It's hard for your parents to accept that you're doing something different. And my final words were, I have to do this for myself. I know you love me, but I can't continue in lack and less than. And I didn't even say that. I said, I can't continue living not knowing. I can't continue not knowing. What if I just tried one time? If I go out here and I try one time and I fail, you can say all day, JoJo, I told you so. But give me that one try. And y'all need to think about this. How many of us are deterring our children from trying one time? Our kids come to us with a thought or an idea and they're excited. And you're like, I'm going to use Rosie for example. No, Rosie, you can't do that. I've never said that to Rosie. If Rosie come to me with an idea, what do we do, Rosie?
Sit down and talk about it.
We sit down and talk about it. We grab a piece of paper and we about to work this thing out. I'm not going to deter her because the one thing that I want to instill in my children is, and you'll never know if you never try. If you never go, you'll never see. Right? My dad told me I was running my children. Lies for warning. Girl. Hey, Nikki. How you feeling this morning? Right, Margaret. And we've got to do this for ourselves. It's going to take courage to stand up to those outside forces, outside pressures. And sometimes, y'all, it's your mama, it's your daddy, it is your best friend, it is your sister. It is those. And you don't have to be mean about it, but in this transition to freedom, because you decided you're going to live past crazy. So now we're transitioning to freedom of ourselves, of who we're supposed to be, of who we truly are. It's going to take a little courage. And if you like me, I had zero courage in the beginning. Like, it was non-existent. A to the man, we on this side of the living. So praise the Lord, everybody. So I hope you feel better. Minister Valerie, I'm sure she's on here. She'll be praying for you. Right. Exactly. It was tough. It is tough when you transition into freedom because you're in uncharted territory, because you've always been safe and done the same thing all the time. And so you know the routine of crazy. I will say that all the time. You know the routine of crazy, to go to the job you hate, to be with the man you hate, the kids aggravate you, stupid traffic, to go do the same thing and do all the things over and over and over and over again. You know that, and your body doesn't need you to participate in it. Your habits are stealing your free will to think. I'm a firm believer of that. Your body no longer needs you to participate because it knows you're getting up at 4:45. It knows by 5:10 you're leaving for work, that you're going to sit in traffic. You're going to be at work by 6, and that this is what you're going to eat at 6:10, and this is what you're going to drink at 6:15. It knows, and it doesn't need you to participate. So the minute that you say, hey, JoJo, we don't want to do this routine anymore, and I promise this is going to happen, and you can think it's not, but it will. The minute you decide to live past crazy, the minute you decide you're going to transition into something else, a new career, a new thought, a new boo, that is the minute your body is going, your mind is going to get angry with you and be like, JoJo, wait a minute. You get up at 4:45 and you eat your cereal at 6 and you leave this at this time. You're in the bed by 8 and you watch TV from 6 to 7 and you do the, and your brain is going to be like, but what about that routine over there? And that, my friend, is the place where battles are won. That's where you got to be committed and not interested. That's when you got to be disciplined to say, and you're talking to yourself. Y'all know we talk to ourselves. That's when you're fighting the old you with the new you. That's when you got to say, yep, that used to be our routine. But today, JoJo, we're doing something different. Right, Miss Margaret. We got to get comfortable with it. And when you start on that transition, that's where your courage is going to come in, to fight the external pressures, because not only are you fighting yourself, your family and friends are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Now, you know you don't work this job your whole life. You ain't never done nothing else. You know you Gerald Waddell's daughter. You know you from Forest City. You know you lived in Union Mills your whole life. Who are you to be doing something different? And that is where your courage is going to have to come in. And then that is where your purpose partners come in. If you don't have a purpose partner, I suggest you get one. Sometimes your purpose partner cannot be somebody that is closely related to you or your best friend. Your purpose partner is someone who's going to make you feel comfortable with saying, I'm not comfortable with where I am and I want something different. They are going to push you, and they're going to ask you questions that you may not want to be asked. They are going to help you see things in a different way. But in all honesty, they give you that safety net to be great. And sometimes that's what we need. We need that safety net to say, it's okay to be great. You're kind of amazing. I tell my kids, you're amazing all the time. Right, Rosie? I tell them they can be whatever they want to be. Don't listen to nobody else. Oh, you want to do that? Well, then let's go. And sometimes we just need that safety net to say, I want to change. Is it okay? Because we're all looking for that validation and say, is it okay that I want more? Is it okay that that I don't want this relationship anymore? Is it okay that I don't want you to be my friend? Is it okay that I don't want to be like my mama? Is it okay that I want to live in the same place? Is it okay that I do different from my family? And I'm telling you, it's okay. I'm your safety net. I am your chief potential partner, chief potential officer. You have all the potential in the entire world. It is safe, my sister and my brother, to go and be great and do whatever it is your heart desires to do. It is okay. You can do it. It's going to take little steps at a time. And it is in this transition of freedom that when you're looking for one great big answer to all the problems in the world, that's where you're going to have to be okay with. It's the accumulation of all the small things that make the transition happen. So that means the accumulation of today you got up and you thought different than you did yesterday. It means today you did a different action. Maybe you don't cuss as much as you used to today than you did yesterday. Maybe if you're trying to lose weight, you don't eat the fried food that you ate yesterday. Maybe you take the stairs instead of riding the elevator today. If you're trying to change your mindset, maybe you listen to a 10-minute podcast or read one paragraph of a book today. It is the accumulation of those small steps that add up to your transition. It's the small things. And you have to have the courage, because you're withstanding those outside pressures and they will come. And then as you're fighting the outside pressures, the inside pressure of yourself of saying, JoJo, wait a minute, what about our routine? That you're trying to say, we need a new routine. And here's the thing, eventually, and it's going to happen sooner than later. If you start out with those small steps and you keep adding them up, they gain momentum. Meaning, oh, I got that idea. That feels kind of good. And then you add another idea to it. And then you add another one, because your behavior and your beliefs are simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. That is why we cook like our parents. That's why we clean like our mama. That's why we talk like our daddy. That's why we work in the same places, because our family has done a series of thoughts. Sometimes even without speaking, that we have looked at and said, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. And that becomes our behavior and our lifestyle. So what if you change just one of those thoughts, and then tomorrow you add another thought, and before you know it, you have another behavior, you have another pattern that you're now passing down to your friends and family. Because if you think about it, because behavior and thoughts are, behaviors and attitudes in your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you had over and over and over again. Take your mama macaroni and cheese at Thanksgiving. It is an honor to make your mama's macaroni and cheese at Thanksgiving. My mother will never give me that honor, because I'm not going to make it like her. But her thoughts and her beliefs, which she said, no, JoJo, you got to whisk the eggs like this. You got to add the milk, the pepper, and the salt. And then when she push you out the way and say, no, you got to add a little bit more. And somehow she knows just the right amount to add to make it taste amazing. Right? That then becomes your belief system. I now believe can't nobody make macaroni like my mama. Okay, can't make greens like my mama. And we all have those beliefs, but it's a series of thoughts from our childhood that we have held on to that are now our belief system. So that simply means, my sister, that you can change your belief system. And you do that by changing your thought every day. Think about your children. Your children now have your belief system. Rosie never had pork until she was about 10. Because it was my belief system, and it still is, that we don't eat it. The first time Rosie ate it, it was introduced to her by my family. Sick as a dog. Couldn't handle it. Belief system. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. What are you passing down to your children? And that will become generational. How many of us can go back to great-great-grandma used to make her pinto beans this way or her greens this way? And I'm just using cooking. Or think about cleaning, how you clean the house on Saturday, or how your mama did this and that. Your belief system. And my friend, that can be changed. It's just a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. And you can change those. Courage is simply standing up against the outside pressures of the world. You can do that. And it's when we feel safe that our courage is a little bit stronger. It's when we feel safe to know it's okay to change and to want more, that it makes the transition to freedom a little easier. So I'm your safety net. I'm your chief potential officer. I'm your seed planter. What other word can I use over there?
Purpose partner.
I'm your purpose partner.
Cheerleader.
I'm your personal cheerleader. I'm allowing you the space to be great. Because sometimes that's all we need. We don't know why we keep doing the same things we do.
You're a space giver.
I'm a space giver. Rosie, that's kind of good. I'm a space giver. Here's your space to be amazing. And sometimes that's all we need. We be like, I want to change, like for real. I want to, but I can't because, my mama crazy. Got to work this job. I still got to deal with this crazy man. And I got to. Right. It can be changed. Hey, Nate. It can be changed. But we just need to feel okay or safe knowing that we can change. Because sometimes everybody doesn't have the gumption and the get up and go that everybody else has. And some people need to know it's okay to want more and to be different. And this is your safe place because I am my sister's keeper. And just know along this journey, this transition of freedom, there's not one thing that's going to be like, wow. It's going to be a series of things that add up that are going to make your transition life-changing. It's the small things that you do. It's I'm thinking different today. I'm not going to drink the soda today. Let me go ahead and drink this water. It's I'm not going to cuss as much today. But she got to sleep. It's the small things that add up. So in this transition of freedom, y'all, it's the small things that's going to make all the difference. I'll read you this quote one more time. And I was telling you guys, I'm doing a book club for this, The Awakened Woman. And I was looking for this quote, and I happened to open up to chapter 7, and it just happened to be in line with what my topic was for today. Be courageous, not silent, inspiring action and opportunity. Be courageous, not silent, inspiring action and opportunity. Please today, be courageous and not silent. And here's the quote for today. I change myself, I change the world. And that's by Gloria, and I'm going to spell her last name, Anzaldua. I change myself, I change the world. Take a small step today. Be courageous today. Have courage. Stand up against the outside forces. And I'm never going to tell you it's easy. I will tell you it's absolutely worth it. When I tell people the price, I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing to give up my peace of mind for nothing. Did I cut off enough words? I'm not fixing to give up my peace of mind for nothing. It's priceless. And then that is what you get. It may be hard, but that peace of mind that you're going to get is absolutely priceless. And once you figure that out, you, my sister, are on the way to your transition of freedom. All right. These are I Am My Sister's Keeper t-shirts, and it has Sister's Keeper on the back. They are up for pre-order. So livepastcrazy.com, you can get you a shirt and and for it to say that you are your sister's keeper, because I am my sister's keeper. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to support in any way that I possibly can. If you don't have a purpose partner, I suggest you get one, and a purpose partner. And I'm going to post the link to that again so that you guys can see. A purpose partner is somebody that can help you take what you see to see it here. Love you too, Amy. I hope you have a great day. A purpose partner is somebody that's going to help you see differently. They're going to push you a little bit, but they're going to be your safety net. They're going to believe in you, and they're going to truly celebrate all of your success and not be play with it. Okay? They are there for real. And then the last part of the purpose partner is whatever you're asking for, you got to be willing to give. So you got to be able to give that support to them just like they give it to you. You got to be able to push them just like they're pushing you. Purpose partners. And you've got to be willing to listen to do something different. Transition of freedom is the accumulation of all the little things that you're going to do that's going to make the big difference. What's so funny?
You're like transition of freedom,
Oh, my bad. And courage is simply being able to stand up against the outside pressures of what's going on. And if you need, some of us just need the safety net to say it's okay to be courageous. It's okay to be amazing, be great. It's okay to want peace in your life. It is okay to want all the things. It's okay. It is okay. Thank you. I want you to be amazing today. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. I hope that you are peaceful. Peaceful blessings and abundance to all of my sisters and my brothers out there. And I mean that with my entire heart. Did you drink all the juice? Mm-hmm. And I mean that. Peace, blessings, and abundance to everybody today. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, please make sure you send them over to YouTube. And please make sure you share this video because sharing is caring. And on Facebook, we have almost 400 videos over there, shows, so you can binge watch all of them. And they are by title, so you can simply type in Fearless Morning Show, will come up. And then I load them by title so that you can pick a title to share. If your friends and family, and I got to do that, post that link. You can now get the Fearless Thought of the Day delivered to your email. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, YouTube, they just don't do social media, but they have emails, you can do that. Make sure you sign up for that. I will post a link for that as well. If you want to pre-order I Am My Sister's Keeper t-shirt, then go to livepastcrazy.com, and under the store section, you will see the t-shirt. So today, guys, the Fearless Thought for the day is transition to freedom. There's no one big thing that I'm ever going to tell you that's going to be, oh, JoJo, that's the one thing I'm going to do. It's going to be a series of things that I say, or a series of steps that you take. It's the accumulation of all those things that's going to make your transition easier and better. You just got to go through it. You got to be willing to do the work, y'all. You got to have the courage, and courage is just standing up to those outside pressures and knowing that you got a safety net. Sometimes having courage is knowing you got that safety net to be amazing. And I got to sneeze. And I am your safety net, your purpose partner. I am, what'd you say I was? A space giver. This is your free space. This is a safe place to be and do whatever it is that you want to do. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. I will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a great one.